Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back to my channel. We're going to continue on with our Start My Stash series, and today I would like to make some envelopes. These are the cutoffs that we had from the last project, whatever we did. I think it was the corner pockets. So I had 7 by 12, and then I also had the smaller size, which is 5 by 7. Okay, so I thought we'd make some envelopes today. Now, some people have the envelope punch board, which is great. You can make all sizes of envelopes, all the way from 2 by 3.5, which is the gift card size, all the way up to well, let's see, the 11.5 by 11.5 makes a 6 by 8.5 pocket, but I know there are other pockets in here. The way that this works is it doesn't tell you the envelope size. It tells you the card size, and then it tells you what size to cut your paper, and then it tells you where to make your first score mark. So it would, I do wish that it had both the card size and the finished envelope size, but you do get used to it after a while. So we're going to make some simple trifold envelopes first, and then I think we'll do a little gift card envelope with the punch board. So starting with this, so as we said, I'd like to do 10 things, so that's why I'm doing 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these, and I'll do 5 of the others. Now, don't blink, because otherwise you're going to miss it. But this is just a trifold envelope. Now you can fold it any which way you want. Do you want a longer top, or do you want a shorter top and a longer bottom? It's up to you. I kind of like to have the 2 inches at the top, and I'm just going to bring my scoreboard in here for a second. Now, if you don't have a scoreboard, you can use a ruler and any kind of, the back of a kitchen knife has a rounded, not the sharp serrated edge, but of course the back of a kitchen knife. Use a bone folder, use a scoring tool, whatever. You can find something to score with, but I'm going to take this one, and if I remember correctly, let me think about this for a second. If you want the direction, okay, so this one is directional, right? So this is the top up here. When I make my envelope, I need to decide, do I want this side to be the correct dimension, or do I want this side to be not dimension, orientation? That's the word I'm looking for. Or do I want this side to be the correct orientation? I personally usually will put some lace or something on this side, so I keep this as my decorative side. Yes, that's the word. I'm stumbling over my words today. So I will probably do it this direction, and if your bottom is the right direction, your top flap will be the right direction. Now when you flip it over, this is going to be upside down, but that's okay with me. Alright, so I want this to be my top. Alright, so I'm going to lay this in here, and it's kind of funny because your bottom becomes your top. So I am going to score this at 2 inches, because that's the way I would like my envelope to come over that way. Now I'm going to put this up against here, and I'm going to come up to about, well, let's see, my page sizes are usually 5.5 wide. I don't want this to be any more than 5, so I'm going to come up about, I'm going to come up to 1/4 of an inch from that fold, and then that's going to give me 5 1/8, which I can live with. Okay, so get my bone folder out. Okay, so then I've got my envelope just like that. Now I'll come along here and I will ink the edges as you do. This one has ink on the side already, but I don't want those little white edges showing where I've cut the paper. But like I said, you can make these any size. I just happen to be using this size because I've already used these pieces and I don't want to waste. So a little bit more maybe along this edge, and then I would probably come in here because it is I don't need to ink there because that's going to be inside the envelope, but I also may want to come over here and round these little corners here. Let's see, I'm going to use the 1/2 inch side, and it might be easier to do that before you score it, but we'll make it work. And you know, if you, I didn't get that exactly straight, so I can fix that and just touch that up, maybe ink around here a little bit. I'm hoping my I don't know what the deal is with my battery again. It's not showing me. It says I'm recording, but it's not showing me the how much battery I have. So I don't know if I'm even recording. But anyway, let's put some glue down here. And you want to glue the smaller, the smaller side. And we will just, probably should have wiped that down a little better. And now we have our envelope. And you can decorate this however you'd like. I'm not going to decorate all of these, but I'll show you with this one what you can do. Now, if you have your, well, let's just use this. This is the same size as my page. I would attach this over a page. So see, everything's going to be sideways, so it's not really going to matter which way. This is a very good size envelope. If I was going to, in fact, I'll probably do the other ones. This I did 2 inches. I'm probably going to do that 2.5 the next time. So let's go ahead and do another one. And this one is not really directional. So let's do 2.5. And guys, I reverse which side I use all the time. As long as it's 2.5, it doesn't really matter. Before I fold that, I'm going to go ahead and corner around that. It is much easier when the paper is standing out. I'm going to fold this in and then bring this up. And now when I fold this and I come up, I really like to have at least 1/2 inch. That's going to give me right at 5 inches. So that's a good measurement right there. And I'm not going to ink this one, but I am going to glue it shut because it is ready. You could sew these instead of gluing if you like. Get that extra glue string out of there. I really like these. I'm not a fan of bees, but I do like this envelope. These are cool bees on the lace background. I really like it. All right, so I am going to continue to do this, and I think what I'm going to do is stagger these. I'm going to do 3, 3.5, and 4 on the last for the flap, and we'll see how they turn out, and I'll come back and show you, and then we'll decorate one. And I'll make sure that I have some more battery. Okay, hopefully that'll stay charged for a little bit. I went ahead and finished these envelopes, and then I will do one with you here. This was the one that I scored at 2 inches, and then this was the 2.5, I think, and 3. and no, that's not right, but you get the idea. I staggered them. So this was 2, this was 2.5, this was 3, and this was 3.5. I think I like the 3.5 the best. And then this is 4, and it didn't go all the way up, but it has this. I kind of like this one too. It's kind of neat. But anyway, some of the flaps, you know, don't want to lay down proper, so I thought I'd make some little button clusters to put on the top to hold them down. Doesn't have to be anything too elaborate. So I'm going to go ahead and put just a little lace trim on here, because I have it. You could put the trim down here on the bottom. I do that quite often. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim that off. Okay. Now, let's do, I have a little piece over here. I like this button better. So what I've got here for these button clusters is just a piece of crochet trim. I'm going to put that on the bottom. I took a piece of the scrap that we had left over. Remember I said don't throw anything away yet because we use them, and I punched some holes, some circles. Put that on there. I've got some scraps of this, lots of scraps of this, and I'll just put that on there. And then I found this has blue flowers on it, and this button is kind of blue. So I'm just using my cutoffs from, I got some ink or something on there. I got ink all over me, so I don't know why it matters. But these are little pieces. When I sew in the signatures, I will save the little pieces that I have left over, and I will use them on buttons. So I'm just going to tie this in a knot. Let's see how I need to trim my nails. Are getting too long. Get in my way. Alright, so then I just am going to leave about 1/4 of an inch of that on there. I don't even know where that flew. And then I'm just going to use that. Now I was going to use this as a cluster to keep this closed. It's not going to be quite heavy enough for this one. This one does have a, I don't know why. Maybe I didn't score this or burnish this piece down like I usually do. But because this was only 2 inches, there's not really a lot of room here to place that. So I could put it down here and then put this piece on top. I think that's what I'm going to do, and make it a closure like this. And then the other ones, I'll just do them like a weight. I don't need a lot, so maybe 2/3 of the way there. Make sure I have the right direction. About right there. Pop that out. Then I'm just going to put enough that it'll come through, and I want that like so, and a little bit more for this. This will go through. I'm just laying, they're squares, and I'm laying them in 2 different directions. Press that down a little bit. That last one wants to stick to this better. Maybe I need a little bit more. I'll just put it in the middle because it's going to be under that button. There we go. Now where'd that button go? There we go. And by putting, I'm putting a little bit more there than I normally would. Okay. by putting the string in there, you don't have as much coming through the holes. You know, I can see a little bit, but not too much. So I'm just going to let that sit for a second. And I will let that dry that way, and then we'll be able to close that one. So while we wait, go ahead and, oops, grab more than I intended. Go ahead and put some more on these. So start here. And what I had intended to do was let this kind of hang off like that. And then we'll put one of these. I'm not really paying attention. I know everything coordinates because I'm using the same collection. Yeah, it just needs something to tack it down. And then I've got I'm not sure if it's easier to put it on the button or put it on there. Now those both still came through the holes, but I don't know, with the string there I feel like it's not as noticeable. So that's okay. Alright, so there's one more. And I'll just continue to stack these up. Let's see. Got this stack already over here, so from when I was playing with what to do. I mean, it's totally unnecessary because if I'm going to put these in a book, I'm going to probably paper clip them in a journal. I'm going to paper clip them in, or now if you wanted to, I think this goes this way. If you wanted to, you could actually, making sure no glue is going through. I guess I need to check this one. Yeah, I'm good. You could leave these envelopes not glued down and sew them right into the signature if you wanted, which I need to revisit because I haven't done that in a while, and I kind of like the way it, you know, hides your stitching and such. So I do think it's easier to put the glue there than on the button. I like the buttons that have writing and numbers and things on them. I think that's cool. And I'm just stacking these up on the side here to dry. Alright, let's do this little strawberry one. Too bad I didn't have a little strawberry button. That would be cute. Just trying to center that. I'm going to use this one this time. Looks like the that's the deck of cards. And you don't have to keep putting stuff on. I mean, that would look fine just the way it is. And let's see. I think I want this button. Right there. It's kind of got a little bowl shape on the bottom of this button, so that's why I added a little bit extra glue there. And last but not least, I don't have to have this one really hanging off because it's down there kind of low already, but maybe just a little bit. Just a tad. And I decided to use this lighter punch so it would actually show up. And then I think this is my favorite of the ones I picked out. It says ID PDT 98 through 86 or 98-86. I'm not sure what that means, but it's cool. And that gray, that's good with that dark paper. And I'm just going to let those sit and dry. And I did not get 10 out of this video, but I think we did well because I've got 5 that are absolutely ready to go. So we'll be back next time and we'll make our little gift card envelopes, which make really cute little extra pockets for your journal. See you next time.